They're zoning them out of the lane. No TP this time around for JackeyLove. But the wave not pushed forward, so should still be able to make it back pretty quickly. Of course, checking in on the international assist leaderboard, you can see Caps 1 away from passing Ming. Credit to kind of his tenure as a player, but obviously getting achievements like this in a series where you've lost the game. If you're not also winning the games, it doesn't always feel fantastic. It's a clean charm. Q flash through. Flash back from Creme. The extra shielding coming in. Pix helping as much as she possibly can as the charm takes Tian under tower. As Tian may be set to fall. Labrov there to finish the time. Dragon Strike doesn't get the kill, but the standard does. First blood crucially to G2.
Oh, Caps wanted those double buffs. He wanted that first blood, buddy. He really did. He does get it, but the counter kill. Tian with his dying breath, he gets out his Q and then he gets out his E. And it's enough. Labrov had a good roam there to make that even possible for G2. Still, Caps does get the kill credits, does get that bonus goal. It's not like they're going to be able to get a kill here or anything. It's just to ensure that BrokenBlade lives. So while SkewMond does kind of defend his boy there and make sure he doesn't go down or anything.
But Tian and ZUIAN are an incredibly terrifying duo. The way he's playing on the pressure that ZUIAN already had in that top lane 1v1, really making it that much harder for BrokenBlade or SkewMond to get active on the map.
And we talked about the impressible international debuts of ZUIAN and fengyue as ZUIAN pops ult, pushes BrokenBlade back. Wait a second, SkewMond though is gonna meet up with him as well. Not gonna actually have a confrontation this time around, but bottom side now again gonna be the focus. And Tian, yeah, he coming in here in split 2.
Labrov, not afraid to walk forward once he sees some of fengyue's cooldowns fade away. As long as the root isn't involved, that's going to be the all-out coming in from BrokenBlade in the top lane. Caps now chasing as well. ZUIAN immediately flashes, respects the potential for the charm to come out on Caps. But that's Caps' ulti down as well as BrokenBlade's.
Creme was looking like he was going to take kind of the inside route, maybe try and push him off. Does get at least a very good trade for himself. Nice unanswered trade there from Creme. Gets his whole electric proc and everything.
Charm just for the cannon, and a small lead for TES as bot lane just continues to scrap here. At least keep him close in terms of overall gold, as Jackie did go back and opt for the tier, but at least the pressure for now in favor of G2. And when he does, it's going to make things a lot harder for the side of G2. If he's aware of the flash timing on Caps, then he knows it's easy setup with that Cataclysm.
Yeah, definitely a little bit scary with how much Tian has been around mid.
Drag, he knows he's got no flash. He's been tracking the ultimate, which means Caps has nowhere left to go. Weirding to finish it. TES again, lethal in the early game.
Tian constantly around that mid lane. You're feeling it, Dracos. Tian makes it happen under the tower. They get the kill on the Caps.
With the Fnatic J4 is just insult to injury.
Look at that flash timer. It's got a couple more seconds on it too. That thing's going to come up just after when you need it.
Good diligence from whoever times the summoners and the Ahri ultimate, right? To be aware that there's this incredibly small window of opportunity to essentially make a guaranteed play around mid lane. Creme with flash with ulti up. I've been tripped up like 5 times by him being JackeyLove this game as ZUIAN and BrokenBlade once again going toe-to-toe. ZUIAN just using this ulti to keep the pressure up.
All right, G2 going to try and get some objectives for themselves, though. Down 1,000 gold here in the early stages is just going to be a trade as Tian goes for the grubs on top side, but SkewMond will finish up that dragon number 1, similar to last game.
And thus far, they're able to do so. Would have been at a pretty difficult position given all the AoE ultimates available, but good that they're able to get that. Get something back as Tian's already moving up to the Scuttle Crab. Charm buffered out by Creme. Well played for the 1v1 trade.
I wonder if they want to fight this, the 2v2. The mid-jungle 2v2 has been so fun, Dracos. Let's see about this one. Tian does indeed at least want to poke around. Creme had to finish up the rest of his minion wave.
JackeyLove not able to Q through Labrov. Importantly, Hansama ulting. Flash back from Labrov. Blinking health bars on both members of G2. Help pick shield coming in. JackeyLove drops. fengyue is next. 2 kills for the G2 bottom lane.
Oh, they saw the teleport behind them, so they knew they had to run into it.
BrokenBlade just buying as much space as he can, trying not to give him too much time with the tower, as Creme going to grab the kill in the end.
Okay, while TS again, they get a kill onto BrokenBlade this game. And they do benefit there. I think that was still very beneficial for G2 to use that teleport for Caps bottom side to be strong in order to have a good win condition for themselves. Buff up Hansama, getting those kills. We'll see if that does give them an avenue to even up this series. Because again, BrokenBlade was kind of focused down.
Nice wild growth to interrupt the slice and dice, and it means a clean kill onto the top laner of TES.
Okay. I thought they were going to give another one to Hansama. SkewMond takes it. I mean, Xin also, it is going to be good, beneficial to have the Xin in a strong position too. As we said, Lulu can also help out in a lot of the fights, buffing up Xin too. But let's see here. Trying to fight back is G2.
This time around, it's G2's bottom lane, but it's the same core story of TES always trading up, getting a tower while you're getting scraps, 1 or 2 kills. So it's good to keep it close, but not good enough to get G2 in an advantageous position.
Yeah, TES had been really good, just leveraging even more on this bottom side and constantly keeping the deep wards for themselves so they can make the repeat play. Tower does go down. First tower bonus is very meaningful still too. And now Creme their target. I mean, Aurora is very hard to make plays on, especially with Flash.
Rocket Belt, Flash, between worlds. Meanwhile, in the top lane, BrokenBlade going all out. ZUIAN popping the Dominus. Ulti for ulti thus far. Q3 ready to go. Hoping to get the pullback under tower. Pathmaker unstoppable. Good damage back from BrokenBlade. Gonna find the solo bolo with the Q Flash. Getting a bit of respect back after that game one. ZUIAN overconfident as Tian moves in and manages to steal it. Double knockup coming in for fengyue. Creme looking for a little bit of the chase. Ulti still there, ready to go between worlds as HourMix has that blinking health bar. Will finally fall. Caps, 3 stacks on the ulti. Hoping to outplay, hoping to dance around them. BrokenBlade first to the fight. Labrov living for far too long, but the charm goes wide. TES on the retreat. Back into the mid lane. Caps health bar blinking. G2 going to be forced to back away. But the Drake going to the side of TES.
Just as G2 get a little hope with BrokenBlade's heroics under his tower, it gets cut down. Tian steals the dragon, and they also take the extra kills on the other side of the map. Just reversing the story this time around. It's BrokenBlade who gets the advantage in the kill up there, bringing ZUIAN into the tower with his Q3. And then nice W afterwards too from BrokenBlade as he expects the stun. Here we go, right into it, and the tower shot enough to finish it.
Good, well played. Does use the flash, but started to get it. But here in this play, the steal so massive for the side of TES.
Yeah, let's take a look at the burst damage. EQ's in. Boom, yoinks it away from SkewMond, and then it is quite good for TS too, because even though the extra person comes, BrokenBlade here with the large shield, the teleport from Cassante having won his individual matchup up there, they weren't able to chase down any extra.
And the fights aren't done yet. G2 on the retreat is JackeyLove starting to stack up the rising spell force. The attack speed increasing. In the midst of the entire fight, it's the ulti once again coming in for Creme. G2 trying to hold on, but TES taking over. Creme on a rampage. JackeyLove finding one as the chase continues. fengyue cosplaying Creme stepping up. G2 zoned away from their own tower. The ulti pop for HourMix. Not enough to shift things away as TES now set to take the top lane tier 1 as well.
Oh, what a beautiful fight there from TES. That re-engage from Creme. Huge damage to set them up, and Tian goes right through with the Cataclysm. They're going to be able to get a tower on top of the team fight victory.
But now a 3,000 gold difference. Tian and ZUIAN ready to punish Caps. The flag and drag might connect with the charm there. It's a little bit difficult. HourMix, it was a 1,000 gold lead when the Cole procced. Now only down to 500 as JackeyLove picking up so many assists, getting more involved. Caps desperate to be the difference maker. You can see trying to force that 1v1 kill. But G2 once again steadily falling behind. ZUIAN might be a little bit less clean than he was in the previous game, but it's still done such a good job building up that individual advantage.
All right, teleport up to the top side too. He's going to teleport right up there as Caps finishes his wave. And Caps doesn't have much left. No flash, no teleport,
TP.
no ult.
JackeyLove, on the other hand, might have stepped a bit too far forward in mid lane. Caps getting tricky. ZUIAN, duped. Movement speed. Oh no, the minions are there. He's going to double dash. Charm going wide. Devastating. Caps praying for the W cooldown instead. The flash forward. Common Labrov. Again, the story of G2. Someone is falling and someone else is desperate to just recoup that loss.
Look how much pressure HourMix and Labrov have had in this mid lane, though. You mentioned it as they force JackeyLove out. Now they're going to force fengyue out, and that means gold. Again, continues to take away jungle camps.
Oof. And you can see TES aren't lacking any damage. 50% of HourMix's health bar disappears on a single skill connecting. Root into the Q. JackeyLove, the Mystic shot. We mentioned it in game one. The pressure on a player when they're so far ahead. Then it was ZUIAN on the Ambessa. This time around, it's HourMix. Not because he is so far ahead, but because he is the single member on the team with an advantage over their opposition. Getting that second item. There's a lot of pressure on him and Labrov to carry out these fights because the rest of the map just don't really have the gold to do it.
And that second item, the Fiend Hunter Bullets, that's huge burst damage. So you can make very quick plays with the Yunar there. He's got Flash, he's level 11 with his 2-item Power Spike. That is primed for heroics, for the possibilities. However,
Creme sneaking in, the weirding won't connect.
speaking of burst damage from Creme, 6 stacks on his Dark Seal here with the Aurora, so you really do have to respect it. You also, if you're Hansama, you have to have one of your teammates marking fengyue. If that Nico gets a flash proto belt play onto Hansama, I think that just crushes the fight for G2. They really need to have a priority, warding your flanks, somebody get eyeballs on that Nico and keep her out of the fight. Hopefully the Cassante would be able to do it.
The
and start putting in.
are teasing us, hinting at maybe where fengyue could be. Invisible from behind, the knockup is there. Hansama caught, but the follow-up is not there, crucially. Hansama free to unload for a brief moment, but Tian just jumps right on his head as Creme goes between worlds, knocking down G2, the only Fed member. Not enough when TES laser in on that target. G2 obliterated.
ZUIAN in game 1 and fengyue game 2 here. They're styling on the international stage. We say you need to mark this Nico. You need to, and look at that, right in the back line. He does get to the Yunara and the Ahri Dracos. Not only do they delete the Ahri, they quickly delete Hansama afterwards. And they just annihilate G2 in this team fight. It's over almost before it even starts.
It's just devastating. You can see frustration on the face of G2. They know what happens. They didn't mark the flanker. Now, the Red Bull Baron power play, already 900 gold in the favor of TES, a 6,000 gold advantage, empowering them. More items are completed across the board, but ZUIAN,
I mean, hey, Solo Bolo!
We'll take that, another one.
That has not been happening.
I do appreciate that ZUIAN has given us his entire LPL story in 2 games, though, because this is who he is as a player. He is always aggressive. He is always flashy. But as you know from playing with players who are like that, from watching them on streams, it is a double-edged sword. He can make a montage, but he can also make some mistakes.
For this explicit purpose.
Just for EU and our hopes. Plus the additional value from that bounty.
Yeah. Okay. So, I mean, Creme has just been playing so good. If you combine game number 1 and game number 2 here, he has been superb, and so you deserve to upgrade. Medjai is completed for him. He is a terror on the map because the burst damage from this champion is going to be problematic for literally everyone on G2. And they've controlled the jungle as well, keeping that vision control through the bottom side.
And for G2, the unfortunate reality is the combination of the Jarvan and the Aurora is just too much for any single member to survive reliably. TP coming into mid lane. Creme has arrived, extra needlessly large rod on top of the 10 stacks in the book. Man is on the hunt for more pages.
They have more books, more gold, and more experience.
Yeah. But as the enemy team is starting to crest towards 3, he really needs at least a 3rd item. 4 or 5 autos hitting Tian and only taking about 15-20% of his HP is not what you want to see if you're a G2 fan.
Yeah, it's really difficult because you're also outranged with the Ezreal poke. So TS here have a lot of advantage. How many of these blue buffs has Tian taken away? I guess not this one, at the very least. I think he's got at least 2 or 3 so far this game. SkewMond, though, is going to be able to save that one, even though Tian comes in for another cheeky steal, calling for JackeyLove's Ezreal ult, too, at the same time.
And I got to say, Tian with the lead is terrifying, even if he's on his own. And you can see G2 are respecting it because they don't have the vision and they don't have the gold to commit a ton of resources on trying to kill the Jarvan. And Tian's just reading it so well and always just walking right up in their faces.
Yeah, I follow JackeyLove and Tian to a degree, but like both of those players won the world championships fairly early on in their careers, and that's why.
The reason it's so devastating is because the ceiling is so high.
Yeah.
G2 were praying for, you know, the curse of top esports to be alive and well in this particular matchup, and it absolutely is not. Anyway, G2, top prio there, mid-wave relatively even, willing to concede us some resources in the bottom lane as BrokenBlade at least going to take away the blast cone, but it's a very similar situation to game 1.
JackeyLove as well. So Jackie has a lot of freedom to work with here on this champion. It's pretty problematic for G2 in trying to set up and trying to retake vision. Like, their jungle is always dark.
JackeyLove not afraid to just shift forward, drop a couple more Qs. You highlighted so well, right? It's pretty hard for them to get on top of JackeyLove, and he's in this advantageous position where the world doesn't rest on his shoulders. if he survives, if they burn a bunch of ultis, his team has more than enough damage. So he gets to play a little bit more aggressive and with a little bit more safety, knowing G2 has to focus his frontliners first.
Okay, so BrokenBlade wanted to force a play onto... okay, nice teleport out. Nothing can interrupt him. Nice. Yeah, the whole team was coming over, so BrokenBlade used his flash, and ZUIAN does respect the flash and respect the rotation of all those G2 members. The other cost of that, of all your team rotating, is you're losing priority towards mid lane and towards the dragon. Yeah, but nice escape.
Doesn't matter that he used the barrier, he lived.
Better safe than sorry.
Most certainly.
Usually.
I mean, we've seen, there's occasionally some hitboxes that connect on you and you're like, oh, I didn't. There's a little extra on the side of that. Made it 1 or 2 mistakes. You're still feeling pretty good.
I mean, that death cap is pretty close for Creme, and he's about to get level 16 too. Oh, here we go, engage.
SkewMond caught out here, dash back in. Using the ultimate, but just running back into the enemy team. Labrov already forced to ulti on his own way, but fengyue again! Right into Hansama, immediate Mikhail's flashback from Hansama, hoping to live a little bit longer. BrokenBlade trying to create as much space as possible, but Creme goes between worlds, goes invisible, and looks to hunt Hansama down. Creme and Tian together, tearing down G2. BrokenBlade and Caps on the retreat, all out, about to fade away. The damage will fade. Hoping to hold the line a little bit longer. Tian taking his time. BrokenBlade unstoppable with the Pathmaker. An extra shield from the footwork as Creme and Caps looking for the 1v1. Charm going wide is devastating. Creme trying to get past the Orb of Deception. Caps chunked out, knocked out. An ace for TES.
Oh man, Creme does so much damage. And this fight actually gets so scrappy. Then Tian and Creme, they can still use the flash from Tian to make sure they're going to finish off that Yunara and get the kill.
SkewMond jumping face first in. fengyue. They're waiting, no play's going to happen. But that was a crazy sequence of play. And once again, ZUIAN, 1, 4, and 5 did so much work. He started that play, and he's the person who forced the initial cooldowns out of Hansama.
How much AP does Creme have right now with his 22 stacks Medjais and his death cap? I mean, this Aurora, the burst damage is insane. Tian is also, of course, has all the authority to go in with the Guardian Angel and the extra life. So yeah. He's like, I can force the fight for your buddy. I'll get the setup, and you delete the kills.
And this is the nightmare point for Aurora, because the ulti alone will do so much damage that even if he whiffs 1 or 2 abilities, he's still done his job in a fight. And he hasn't been whiffing really any of the key abilities in these fights. So for G2, again, it feels like the same story as game 1. Outclassing some individual matchups, forcing plays left and right. They're determined to force this Baron, but ZUIAN is coming in behind them. Hansama caught in the Cataclysm. Immediate ulti going to be popped, holding on for dear life as Creme manages to escape. But again, a Pop Blossom. The rookies on this TES lineup are dismantling G2 Esports.
Is that going to be the fight where they run through the base now? Rest of the team is going mid. Tian's fishing around to stop some recalls. They can't quite get the interrupt, though.
But they're going to get a lot of value out of it. And now Baron.
All right, so they start out. They're actually going to, Caps and BrokenBlade are going to force Creme out of this fight. Got the triple with the ult again as TES were in the brawl already. So they were heavily already winning that right side of the fight. As the double solo laners of G2, they were trying to go for Creme and take down that Aurora, cut down on his Medjai stack.
That is a complete book. That is a novel on how to dismantle G2 Esports. Tian continuing to run forward between worlds, popped, fengyue going over the wall, another 3-man! This man is making a montage! TES obliterate G2 again! It was not a fluke. It's starting to feel unquestionable. TES dominance from start to finish.
fengyue showing him the way back to the fountain there. Very quickly with his Nico, and TES with an emphatic victory in game number 2 here.
I want the next one.